This section is all about the way Duchenne is inherited through the generations. We will also have sections on who carriers are and how the condition affects them. Genetically inherited conditions are complicated and often bring up difficult thoughts, emotions and feelings. Here at Action Duchenne, we advocate for those affected to talk to genetic counsellors where possible. We would also encourage you to always reach out and get in contact with our support team if you or someone you know could benefit from some guidance around this topic. Thank you.
Sophia, have you ever heard of germline mosaicism in the context of Duchenne muscular dystrophy?
Yes, Marine, I have. So germline mosaicism refers to a situation where the woman carries the genetic mutation for Duchenne only in her ovaries or eggs, while the mutation is absent in the rest of her body, in the rest of her cells. It's a very rare phenomenon that makes carrier testing a bit tricky and challenging.
So even if a woman tests negative for Duchenne mutation in her blood or saliva, she may still carry the mutation in some of her egg cells?
Yes, exactly. So this means she could have a second affected child despite the negative carrier testing result.
Yes, and I think it is difficult to determine the exact prevalence of germline mosaicism since it's not really easily detectable. However, it's believed to be relatively rare. We have on our Science on Tours at least met quite a few. I've met 3 mums who carry germline mosaicism, and they've been told a percentage of their eggs carry a mutation on their X chromosome, but the rest of the cells of the body do not. So they're not actually carriers of Duchenne muscular dystrophy because they don't carry the mutation in their cells, but it is just a small percentage of egg cells. And most carriers of Duchenne muscular dystrophy are somatic carriers, meaning the mutation is present in every cell of the body, which is what makes them carriers if it's present in every cell of the body. But what we're talking about is germline mosaicism, which is that it's not present in every cell of the body and it's just present in a few percentage of the egg cells, and it may be that egg that is passed on to the offspring.
Yeah, and there is a very interesting study done by Duan et al. In 2021. So they mentioned that 1/3 of Duchenne muscular dystrophy and Becker muscular dystrophy individuals, they have germline mutations that occurred spontaneously. But now it brings me to the question, are there any health concerns for germline mosaic carriers? Do you know?
So currently there is no evidence to suggest that germline mosaic carriers experience any health concerns related to the Duchenne mutation. The rest of their bodies have 2 functioning copies of the gene, so which may protect them from skeletal muscle symptoms or heart changes associated with Duchenne. However, of course, at this point, more studies need to confirm this finding.
Yeah, and just very important to remember that germline mosaicism can be identified, however, not through a standard carrier testing where they're using blood or saliva samples. So since the mutation is present in their egg cells, it has to be a different type of testing.
Yeah, so it won't show up on those regular sort of blood tests. This is why healthcare providers often assume germline mosaicism when a woman has more than one affected child, but keeps testing negative for the mutation in her blood. So that's what they assume it is.
Yeah, and so when a woman is a germline mosaic carrier or carries the germline mosaicism, her chance of having children with Duchenne or being a carrier herself depends on the eggs she produces.
Yeah, so yes, absolutely. It all depends on the eggs, because some eggs will have a working copy of the dystrophin gene, i.e. not mutated, resulting in no increased chance of Duchenne. However, some eggs will carry the mutation, which can lead to an affected son or a carrier daughter. And I think this is what I want to emphasize, that genetics is not under anyone's control. We can't decide how we're born or how our children should be. It is literally down to chance and luck. It's like you don't know which egg is going to be passed on. You might even have 3 boys and only one of them has Duchenne, and that's just because that particular egg was passed on. So I think that's really important to emphasize, that it is not in our control, genetics. It's something that's down to luck and chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember we were having one conversation with you, and we were saying that it's just like a lottery, it's just like bouncing a ball, and it's just very unpredictable in this case. So, but it's important for women who have one affected child with Duchenne muscular dystrophy to consider the prenatal testing. So in the future, when they plan to be pregnant, they do have to do the prenatal testing, regardless of previous carrier testing results.
Absolutely, Sophia. I think prenatal testing is recommended for all women who've had an affected child, regardless of whether their carrier testing was positive or negative. It helps to assess the genetic status of the developing fetus and enables families to make informed decisions, So it's really, really important to have that knowledge in your hand so you can make the right decisions for the well-being of your family.
I think this information about germline mosaic it just adds another layer of complexity to the genetic inheritance of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. But it's just so crucial for families to have access to proper testing and to proper counseling, genetic counseling. It's just such an important information to have.
Here at Action Duchenne, we are committed to inform but also support you through your Duchenne journey. If you'd like to talk about anything raised in this video, please feel free to contact us on 07535 498 506, or alternatively email us at info@actionduchenne.org. Thank you.